Hi, I'm Vic Reynolds with BrewHaHa Comedy Tours. This is Pete Ballou, the CEO and founder and director of drinking operations. Today we are going to review the Angry Scott from Brass Cannon Brewery right here in Williamsburg. Actually, technically Toano.
Correct.
To be completely accurate, but it's fucking Williamsburg. But the Angry Scott. First thing you'll note is not to break your glass. The second thing you'll note is they did a great job with the labeling on this. I think it's hilarious. Good job. Good job, Brass Cannon. We love Brass Cannon. Brass Cannon is a great little brewery. Great guys there. Really enjoy working with them. Great place to take the tours. Get on the bus. Make sure you check out BrewHaHa Comedy Tours at www.brewhahatours.com. Get on the bus with us. You'll have a great time, experience some great live comedy, some great craft beer, and me and him, which in itself is worth every second of the trip. So this is the Angry Scott. It's
actually a Scottish wee heavy ale.
Gotta speak up.
Scottish wee heavy ale.
Wee heavy. Kind of like how I be living. Wee heavy.
One thing I'll point out about this beer, Busch Gardens actually purchased this beer last year for their Food and Wine Festival. Food, Wine, and Beer Festival, which actually is going on again this year. So they actually pretty much bought their entire stock of this last year. Great beer. It's a 7.8% ABV, alcohol by volume. So this is definitely a good beer if you want to sit by the fire or just watch a good movie and shoot the you-know-what with friends. You know, it's a great beer.
He meant shit.
I did, but you know, one of us has to be the professional one and someone has to be the comedian, so, you know.
What I don't like is when people put it off on other people. We all know what he was going to say, so just like Louis C.K. did in his bit, he planted the seed in our mind and gave us ownership of it, which makes him a dick for doing that. That's like saying the N-word. We all know what you mean, and by doing that, we all know you meant shit.
By N-word, of course, you mean nectarine.
Nectarines, nipples.
Right, nipples.
Nipples.
Nipples would be good right now.
Nipples are always good. What are you talking about? Nipples are.
You gonna try this beer?
Nipples are always good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do this. Love the smell of it. Got a great smell to it.
It's got a bite to it. It's a little Scottish. You can taste that.
You can. Yeah, it's got that hit on it.
Yeah.
Tastes like a kind of like a potato, in a weird way, like scalloped potato, but without the cheese.
A drunk potato, maybe.
A drunk potato. A drunk potato. I like it.
Yeah. No.
I like it. I purchased this for my. I got it at the house.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I actually purchased. It is rare that I don't. Ever since he got me hooked onto dark stouts, dark beers.
Flavorful beers.
Yeah, I've really that's
like
my thing now.
I like that light beer in a blue and white can.
That you despise and ridicule and we're not allowed to actually say the name.
No, I know. I'm not saying the name. It's you know, really freaking. It's like sex in a canoe. It's fucking near water.
Right.
You know?
So Thud Life is very close to the name of the product that he is inferring. Thug Life. Or
Thug Life. You said thug.
Did I say thud?
I think you said thug.
Usually it's I've been taking Insight, which is the natural male enhancement.
Right.
And now when I take showers, all I hear is a thud. Usually from passing out from the heat of the shower, but it's a thud nonetheless. So I'd appreciate it if y'all wouldn't judge me.
When it's a thud, it's a Richter scale of a 3.2, I believe.
It was pretty good. And that's how you get your ass kicked off camera, usually, or tripped in the hallway. That actually made beer shoot out my nose. Good job. Good job.
Add to the flavor.
You're going to pay for that one. You're going to pay for that one. So, Pete. Boss man, brother man, business partner. How was last week? Anything you want to talk about on your vacation? after ski season?
Not at all.
So, am I still fat?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. All right, so, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how two best friends and business partners compromise on how the conversation's gonna go. That is negotiation.
Because it's not like I brought up New Year's or anything like that, you know.
First off, that was a fluke. First off, that was a fluke. That was a fluke, and you know it was a fluke. That will never happen. All right, so this is what happened on New Year's. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care.
At least you have a date for New Year's. I mean, I don't get that much.
Boom.
Cheers to you on that.
Boom. And she was fine.
Oh, she was. Yeah,
She is fine.
She still is.
She's fine. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. She probably likes some of the lovely ladies that are here.
Well, apparently I'm a little older and a little bigger. Bearish, if you will. Than what you know what? It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
She should have liked cuddling. You know?
I'm a cuddler. I cuddle like nobody. Like I can bring cuddle to a whole nother level. I'm a cuddler. Why don't you talk about the Craft Beer Magazine, Pete?
So, when they were
Get off my love life.
Yes.
Lack thereof. I'll sit here and drink.
So this is the latest edition of Virginia Craft Beer Magazine. This is an awesome magazine. Jennifer McDonald, one of the co-owners of this magazine, great.
Love you, Jen.
Want to let you guys know that they actually wrote a great article on us. They went on our tour from February 14th, which of course Vic was hosting for. It's actually on page 22. Great beer, great article.
It was an awesome
He was there
article.
for the tour.
Awesome article, and to the couple that was on the bus from Craft Beer Magazine that did this article. I'm not gonna put your name out there for confidentiality's sake, because when you go on one of our tours, what happens on a tour
Stays on the tour.
My man, what happens on a tour
Stays on the tour.
What happens on a tour?
Stays on the tour. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to that one, but
Which we hate it when the boss isn't able to go.
yeah, I can tell. But one thing about this issue that I'd like to point out, it's talking about all the festivals that are coming up for beer festivals. Guys, there are some great festivals coming up, which I hope to, we will definitely be at several of them this year.
It's a rough life.
It's a rough life. I mean,
this is a tough job. This is a tough job.
Sunday, May 3rd, I was at this last year. This is the Mariners Craft Beer Festival, is listed in here as well. Great breweries at that thing, and they have seminars. They do different breweries come up and talk about what's going on, what's new. Devil's Backbone was there last year. New Belgium, a lot of great things out of
Love those guys.
Awesome stuff. New Belgium, we just I think it was New Belgium, wasn't it? The beer? No. Yeah, New Belgium introduced Vic to a great beer last night called Cocoa Mole, made with chocolate nips and a little bit of spice to it too.
That was contra. Okay, so yesterday we did a review of Carrot Cake.
Correct.
It may look like we're wearing the same clothes from that interview. It was a long night. We're not going to get into it. We're just not going to get into it. I think that's safe to say. There was a situation in which I was asked to come and get behind a mic, and I thought that it would be a good time to talk about the time I got caught making out with my teddy bear when I was 7. The audience wasn't ready for that, were they? They weren't ready for that. Apparently, here in the South, which I'm from the South, people are judgy.
No.
They're very judgmental. Did you see the judgment in the crowd's face when I said I was rounding third base? They were confused and judgy. It was like, how do you round third base with a teddy bear? Well, I can tell you. I'm not going to on camera. But it can be done.
This might get you the invite to Seth MacFarlane's movie Ted, though. You know, because that teddy bear.
Ted is a dude. Ted is a dude. Mine was named Layla.
Okay.
Yes, my teddy bear's name. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I had a teddy bear when I was 7. Her name was Layla. We got caught making out. She might have been wearing my sister's panties and bra, but that, not creepy. Not creepy. I never went through the I hate girl phase. I never went through that phase. I never went through the I'm gonna punch you in your face because I like you. It was I'm going to touch you inappropriately because that's what my brother's videos taught me to do. Which, by the way, Eric, rest in peace, but quite frankly, you're responsible for a lot of this shit. So, just putting it out there. But first off, Craft Beer Magazine, all jokes aside, thank you for the article. Thank you for being a part of that tour. We had a blast. And what a great article. What a great article. My favorite part was where they, I don't want to misquote, but I do have a favorite part. So talk about the beer for a second while I locate my favorite part.
Besides, like, of course we are reviewing Angry Scott right now. This is the one beer that they actually, excuse me, it's the only beer that they bottle currently. Hoping that that's going to change down the road. They do have some great beers. If you guys get a chance to get out to the brewery, it is a little smaller than probably what you're used to, like Ale Works or St. George.
I think that kind of makes
it's a little more
atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a little more ambience for that.
The second you walk in the door,
everybody's greeting.
It's like Cheers. It's like
exactly.
It's like the bar at Cheers.
Yeah. They do some experimental beers too. They have a Turkish coffee porter, which really good. I mean, it's phenomenal.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's let's put it this way, guys. It's worth the drive. I know Toano's a little bit further out. And to give you a heads
you
up,
also got Ale Works right down the street.
True, Ale Works, and then actually up the road from Ramada is opening soon is Virginia Beer Company. They're going to be a little smaller system. They're going to be they're going to be the size of what Young Veterans was starting out, which is a 10-barrel system. So,
okay.
But nothing wrong with that. I mean, you got to start somewhere, and if you can start with some phenomenal beer, I'm sure they will. You find your spot in the article?
I did, and I absolutely love this part. Okay. Be warned. And I'm actually very proud of this. As a comedian, this is like when you get reviewed as a comic. A lot of comics will look at whether or not they had the crowd, whether or not they killed it. I don't look at it like that because I understand that my comedy is definitely not for everybody. I'm a storyteller comic. I don't have those non-stop back-to-back punchlines. I'm a storyteller. So, with that said, this is what I think my style of comics really look for. Be warned, this ain't your mama's beer bus tour. Unless your mama has a rabid sense of humor, appreciate jokes about threesomes and possibly illegal in Virginia sexual practices, and enjoys being in close proximity to drunk people, booty shaking to jamming old school pumping from the party bus sound system. In other words, it was a blast. Boom. Boom. That is how you know you killed it as a comic. When you can get reporters to say that, that's how you know you killed it. And we don't expect anything less from any of our other BrewHaHa comedy tours that we send out. Whether I'm the host or whether Derek or Lisa or any of those guys are the hosts, we expect none of our tours to be mundane or dry. All BrewHaHa comedy tours, we have recognized a pattern, have we not, in which they kind of go. People are leery at first. Everybody's, nobody knows each other really unless they came as a group or unless it's a private tour. We start out with the ritual signing of the waivers saying you cannot sue us if you decide to take a 10-story dive off the top of a building because you think you're Superman. We don't want to be, we're not going to be responsible for that. So, however, we start with the group photo that everybody gets, and then we pile on one of our badass buses. The second you pile on one of our buses, we're going to start rocking out. We're going to start partying. We're going to serve you, pass some beers around. We do not, as long as you do not bring
generic beer
on the bus, you can bring your liquor, your wine, your craft beer. As long as you don't bring one of the 4 or 5 major generic beers that are usually in a can, non-craft beers on the bus, the comics will leave you alone. Now, what's important to note, this is important, if Pete is on the bus and he sees a bluish type can,
or it could be, it doesn't have to be,
silverish, or a silverish type, if he sees a non-craft generic beer on his bus, he is going to lose his fucking mind. He's gonna lose his mind. Because he's a beer snob. That's what beer snobs do. We accept Pete. We love Pete. We love Pete. We accept him. However, he's still the boss. So what Pete is going to do, he's not going to say a word other than maybe poking some fun. He's going to look at the comic and then be like, which is our signal for destroy this person. Destroy this.
Pretty much.
Destroy this person.
Right.
And he's the boss, so obviously they're going to get our undivided attention. Mm-hmm. And we try to take it easy on him, but there was the one instance where we might have gone too far, maybe.
With a private tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have a little
might have gone too far.
Yeah.
If they start crying, we stop. And that's important. I think it's important to know that if you cry, we will stop making fun of you. And that's important. That's important.
Yeah. That's a female we can console. Yeah.
No, Pete,
No.
why do you always go creepy, man? Creeper.
No. It's okay. I'm sorry that Vic made fun of you, but...
You told me to. You went. Vic, this person has this beer here, which, by the way, they deserved it. It was a 40. It was a 40 of a non-craft beer.
And we were already at a great... We were at Back Bay at that point.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, really?
I had to do what I had to do.
Right, exactly.
When he started crying, though, I did stop.
Right, yeah, you did.
I did stop.
You did.
And then I went into panic mode because I've never seen a grown-ass man cry because I made fun of him doing comedy. So I actually felt bad. So anyway, moving on. Where was I at? I forgot, because that always cracks me up when I think about that particular incident and I lose it because I just can't.
No,
As a comic, your job is to make people laugh, not cry. And so if you, as a professional comedian, anytime that has ever happened, that's the complete reverse of what you're shooting for, so I actually feel kind of bad. So to that individual who will most likely see this, my bad, dog. My bad. I bought you drinks the rest of the night because I felt bad. I still feel bad. It stuck with me for like 4+ months now. I feel bad.
But, on that note, we're finished this great beer, by the way, by, again, Angry Scott by Brass Cannon Brewing Company.
Love you guys.
Great beer. I think this was a great beer for us to finish on.
It's a good beer.
It's a great beer.
It's good beer.
Absolutely.
They killed it on this one.
They did.
Yeah.
And
I am a beer
novice.
Well, I'm a beer novice, but
you're more of an intermediate.
Actually, I've become an intermediate.
I'd say you're an intermediate.
I have become an intermediate. What's up, buddy?
And in more ways, he is an intermediate. We've got some other funny videos that we'll post up here, probably on the website very soon. Over the wintertime, I took Vic skiing, and there's some real comedy in there.
I don't know that we have to publish those.
Some of it was pretty good. I think it was pretty funny.
Did you lose your ski?
Yeah, that was funny. Everybody laughs about that. We had some craft beer that night. And
we had a lot of craft
beer.
We had 2.5 growlers.
And you actually had some moonshine too.
And some moonshine and some. It was a situation. Let's not spoil it for them.
Yeah, we won't spoil it. Not something I would recommend as
my
position.
Not to do what I did. Let's just say there may or may not have been injury sustained. And anytime...
Not by me, I was filming, but,
Yeah, you're also a professional skier, dick. So, you know what? We're not going to say...
We could have gotten to the top. We could have gotten to the top. I taught you how to side slip.
I'm not side slipping, Peter. It was one of those moments in your life where it's ingrained in your memory. And you can actually go back, and you guys are going to enjoy the video. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully by now you guys have seen how much fun we have doing this for our clients. We have just as much fun as you. And I got to tell you, this is honestly the greatest job that a guy could ever have. Probably the greatest business that an owner could ever have. Dude, I mean, what do you want more in life than to enjoy your life, laugh, be with close friends, and that's what BrewHaHa Comedy Tours is. Yep. So until the next time, I'm Vic.
I'm Pete.
And we are.
And before that, and this one is in the can.
This one is in the can.
Cheers.